Hey Ann Arbor, Pete Cunningham coming at you. Back in Ann Arbor actually now. Unfortunately, no Bob Gross with me yet. Got back a little later than I thought I would from Toronto. Anyone who saw pictures of Toronto, there was a G20 summit there, so it was a bit of a craziness going on with some riot police and all that good stuff. But who cares about that? We're here to talk about soccer. And yesterday, another huge day with some of the biggest teams and biggest names in World Cup history taking on each other. But there wasn't really very many historic games. Start first off with England and Germany, a game labeled World War III because of the obvious World War I and World War II analogies, but also because two countries with the proudest World Cup histories, particularly Germany. And Germany proved once again that they are one of the best teams in the world year in and year out, and England proved to be kind of a perpetual disappointment. The goal by Lampard gets a lot of headlines. There was a goal in the first half that Frank Lampard hit, and it went in the goal, hit the crossbar, then across the line and in, and it was not allowed. There's no video replay in soccer, so they couldn't overturn it, and that would have made it 2-2, and Germany rolled from there, scoring 2 goals in the second half to run away with it 4-1. And this will bring up the subject: should they allow replay? I think there's no debate they should. When you have that technology, there's no reason why you shouldn't use it. It'd be like in hockey: just put someone behind the goal with a light to turn on, like hit the light when they score. That's not too advanced. I think that's a pretty easy thing to ask for. But anyway, Germany moves on. Pretty sure Germany would have moved on anyway. England really looked like crap the whole tournament against the U.S. and then from then on. So I don't think that one call would have changed anything. On to the second game of the day that involved the team that I think has looked the best throughout the entire tournament, Argentina taking on Mexico. Argentina running away with a 3-1 win and looking pretty good throughout it. Unfortunately, I was traveling through Albi Celeste while the Albi Celeste was actually playing. However, I was able to look at the replay and watch the entire game, and Argentina is they're moving the ball so well, and they're finishing, and for all the negative press that Diego Maradona got before the tournament, he seems to have his team completely ready. How much he's responsible for that, I don't know, but kind of the Al Davis approach: just win, baby, and that's what Maradona's doing. So he's going to get some positive press, and well deserved. And the Albi Celeste looking white, blue, and beautiful.
This is Kieran Hayward from Athletes for Africa. It's time for Pete's Picks.
On to today's games: Netherlands versus Slovakia. Here's a team that pretty much everybody thought would move on in Netherlands, and a team that nobody thought would be here in Slovakia. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Maybe they just thought different teams would be coming out of this group. But Slovakia definitely not one of the classier teams in the tournament, and I think this one's pretty much going to go how it looks on paper, with Netherlands dominating. Hopefully we'll be able to see Netherlands play that beautiful style they're famous for and put some pretty goals in the back of the net, entertain us a little bit. On to the next game. Speaking of entertaining, you have Battle of South America with Chile and Brazil. I've been high on Chile this entire tournament, and I've picked them every time, but there's no way that I'm going to take them against Brazil. They just look too good, and they just have too much talent. It's just like you don't really pick against the Yankees. You can't pick against Brazil. And Alexis Sanchez, it's unfortunate that him and Chile will be heading home after this round, but I think that's how it's going to go. So I've got Netherlands in the first game winning big, and Brazil in a close match against Chile, and Bob's got the same picks as well. Okay, that's it for today's show, June 28th edition. Like I said, back in Ann Arbor, back to the normal routine of everything. Bob and I will be with you tomorrow's show. We'll get to all that mail that I got over the weekend, and we did get a lot. address a few things such as who's leading the AnnArbor.com challenge pool and who's got their head in front in terms of moving on to the quarterfinals and semifinals and eventually the final. As always, you can contact me at petercunningham@AnnArbor.com. That's Peter Cunningham at AnnArbor.com. As always, I'm Pete Cunningham. No Bob Gross still, but he'll be back tomorrow. And I'm out.